Purposely. Your life, God's purpose. Listen at purposely.com.
Hey friend, when was the last time you went on a trip? And what did you pack for it? I don't know about you, I'm kind of an overpacker. I like to have different outfits for different seasons. What if I want to be comfortable? What if I want to dress up? I need to have my vitamins. I need to have all the things that are comfort of home with me as much as possible. So I'm the kind of person that will pack a huge bag with every little thing. And maybe that's not you. And if you prefer to pack lightly, you would have related to the disciples in Matthew chapter 10. And we're going to talk about that passage today. Hey, it's Jen. Welcome back to the Bible for Busy People. This week we are talking about dust and dirt, passages that talk about dust and dirt, because Wednesday, tomorrow, is Ash Wednesday. And we'll talk a little bit more about what that means, especially if you don't have familiarity with it. But this chapter is not quite about ashes. It's about shaking the dust off your feet. So we're going to get started here in Matthew 10, verses 1 to 31. But go back and read the whole chapter when you can. All right, it says, summoning his 12 disciples, he, Jesus, gave them authority over unclean spirits to drive them out and to heal every disease and sickness. These are the names of the 12 apostles. First, Simon, who is called Peter, and Andrew his brother, James the son of Zebedee, and John his brother, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew the tax collector, James the son of Alphaeus and Thaddeus, Simon the zealot, and Judas Iscariot, who also betrayed him. Jesus sent out these 12 after giving them instructions. Don't take the road that leads to the Gentiles and don't enter any Samaritan town. Instead, go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. As you go, proclaim the kingdom of heaven has come near. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse those with leprosy, drive out demons. Freely you received, freely give. Don't acquire gold, silver, or copper for your money belts. Don't take a traveling bag for the road or an extra shirt, sandals, or a staff, for the worker is worthy of his food. When you enter any town or village, find out who is worthy and stay there until you leave. Greet a household when you enter it, and if the household is worthy, let your peace be on it. But if it is unworthy, let your peace return to you. If anyone does not welcome you or listen to your words, shake the dust off your feet when you leave that house or town. Truly, I tell you, it will be more tolerable on the day of judgment for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah than for that town. Look, I am sending you out like sheep among wolves. Therefore, be as shrewd as serpents and as innocent as doves. Beware of them, because they will hand you over to local courts and flog you in their synagogues. You will even be brought before governors and kings because of me, to bear witness to them and to the Gentiles. But when they hand you over, don't worry about how or what you are to speak, for you will be given what to say at that hour. Because it isn't you speaking, but the Spirit of your Father is speaking through you. Let's break this passage down. First of all, this is a group of men of very different backgrounds. It was a very diverse group, and some of them even had different beliefs and different ways of life. Also, Jesus didn't leave Judas Iscariot out. It's noted here that Judas would betray him, but Jesus also gave him power and sent him out with the other disciples. I like the place where it says, freely you have received and freely give. All of these gifts were meant to give and to serve other people. Jesus didn't send them out to get people to repent. All he says is say that the kingdom of heaven is near and then serve these people. Proclaim the kingdom and serve. Also, this command not to bring anything, which we talked about earlier, I'm an overpacker, and Jesus would have said, you need to leave all of that behind. This command would have paralleled Jewish law, saying, do not bring anything with you into the temple, even the dust on your feet. Leave your worldly concerns behind when you go in to worship God. And that's from the Enduring Word Commentary. That's citing William Barclay. And if you want to check that out later, that source will be in the show notes for you. But I was thinking about the concept of fasting, as some people start fasting the day of Ash Wednesday leading up to Easter Sunday. That's called the Lent season. And some people choose to give something up for the Lent season. And it parallels that concept of don't bring anything with you. Both of these situations require trust. They both require humility. They both involve surrender to God. And they both show a lot of self-discipline, which is a fruit of the Spirit. That is something to cultivate. I've personally been thinking a lot about scarcity lately, about a fear of not having enough. I feel like scarcity is something that drives me in a lot of circumstances, makes me feel afraid. It makes me want to grasp, it makes me want to prove and self-protect and hold on tight to what I have because I'm afraid I'm going to lose it. In our world, that creates a culture of competition. It creates this thinking that there's only so much to go around, and so we all feel like we're at odds with each other, or we feel like we're threatening each other. In reality, God doesn't want us to live like that. He doesn't want us pitted against each other. God is abundant, and He has plenty to go around. He wants to take care of us. He wants to meet our needs. And in the case of these men, He didn't want anything getting in the way of their mission, and I believe that He wants the same for us. So how do we fight this scarcity thinking? The way that we do it is we grow our trust in God. We release to Him and we let Him meet our needs. We also release what people think and what other people are doing. We don't have to be so concerned about whether or not people are going to accept us. We don't even have to fear them persecuting us. Jesus said we're not above Him. We're not above the master. We're not above the teacher. So it's likely that we're going to be persecuted like He was. And that's why Jesus gives them the instruction to shake the dust off their feet. Don't get caught up in what people are saying or how they're arguing back or fighting back or canceling you or whatever the situation is. You have purpose and you have things to do. So stay steady, trust that God is going to meet your needs, and trust in the word that He already gave you and the mission that He gave you to accomplish. Persecution is real. We cannot think that our lives are going to be easy. In fact, we should expect challenges. Jesus said, in this world, you will have trouble. But we should also expect that God is going to supply what we need to the point that we can release everything into His hands and trust that He will meet our needs, whatever they are, wherever we are. So whether you're an overpacker like me or you like to pack light, we can trust that God will meet all of our needs, especially on the road that He's called us to. Thanks for chatting with me today. I'm excited to speak with you tomorrow about Ash Wednesday and the start of the Lent season.
Thank you for listening to The Bible for Busy People. If you need prayer or want to go deeper in your faith, visit our show notes. Will you take a moment to share with a friend and leave a review? It helps the Bible get into even more people's minds and hearts. Find more podcasts that will recharge you at purposely.com.